Hi guys, today for Vlogmas I'm doing something different. I'm going to do a come to bed with me video. Something that I've seen a lot of, have always wanted to try out, and I figure Vlogmas is a great time to actually try that out. So it's late at night, it's 10 o'clock. I don't normally go to bed this late, but I had two videos to edit. And I've just finished editing the second one. It is uploading and it still has 21 minutes left. So what I usually do at this point is I will leave the computer to upload and I will go and start on my bedtime routine. And join me if you dare. It's wild. It's crazy. So I have to go downstairs from the office, and so that I don't risk tripping and falling down the stairs because the lights are switched off because the kids are sleeping, I'm gonna pause right now. So whilst I was actually doing the editing and I was waiting for something, I had started doing my hair in two-strand twists. So this is normally the first thing that I do. My bedtime routine is made up of three things. I call them the Trinity. So it's face, teeth, and hair. Come rain, come thunder, I always make sure that I do those three things wherever I am. We may be camping out in the middle of Norway. We may be driving overnight across the roads of France to get to Italy, but I will always make sure I do my hair, skin, and teeth. So I start off with my hair. Okay, so now that my hair is done, I'm going to put it in a satin bonnet because I'm going to have a shower. And I'll put a shower cap on because I don't want my hair to get wet because I hate wet hair on a pillow at night. That's my satin bonnet. Tuck all my hair in. This isn't, I don't slip in this one. This is just for me to be able to get my hair out of the way and so that I can get it all under the shower cap. So the next thing that I do is I'm going to do my face. I'm going to remove the makeup from my face because I have lipstick. If I use my toothbrush or my water flosser with lipstick on, it will get onto them, so I don't like it to do that, so I take the makeup off first. But before I do that, I'm going to get into my getting ready for a shower stage. Okay, it always feels good for me when I get to this stage of my routine because I wear so many thermal layers underneath my clothes in winter that when I am getting ready to go for a shower and I'm taking off, peeling away all of these layers, it's almost as if my skin is saying, yes, yes, set us free. So it's quite nice. Okay, so to start off with, because I'm wearing mascara today, I am going to use some micellar water to remove the mascara and the eye makeup that I have going on. So this is the micellar water that I use. It's La Roche-Posay. I love La Roche-Posay stuff. It's really moisturizing. It doesn't dry out my skin. The cleanser that I'm going to use later on my face is actually La Roche-Posay. So when it comes to taking off makeup, I very much follow the principles of Chizu Saeki. She's considered the godmother of Japanese beauty. Sadly, she passed away at some point this year, which was really gutted when I heard about that. But she basically says that the same amount of time it takes to put your makeup on is the same amount of time you should expect to take to remove your makeup. And so I always bear that in mind. So when I'm putting on makeup and I'm putting on mascara, I'm kind of like aware that I am going to spend the time that I need. So to start off with the mascara, I have a cotton pad and an earbud that's been soaked in the micellar water, and I'll be removing the mascara just like that. And it takes me a while actually, But I found that when I do it this way, I don't wake up with bits of mascara or eye makeup on and around my eyes, which was always very frustrating. So I'll do that. So makeup remover is one of the reasons why I won't use waterproof mascara, even though it rains a lot here in England, and it would make sense to use waterproof mascara. But yeah, so this is how I remove my mascara, right? And I'm doing it in a way as to avoid actually placing it back onto my skin, okay? Takes a while, but I know what the deal is when I'm putting on the makeup. And then I'm also removing stuff around my eye. So once I've done my eyes, I then remove my lips. Okay, I'm going to just do a final, always using upward strokes, because that's what Chizu say. He says, always give yourself a facelift as you're doing your skincare, never dragging downwards, but except for when you're doing your facial massage. Okay, so that's the first step done. So I do a double cleanse as well, and I'm going to use some oil because oil is supposed to be good at removing any oils in your skin. So I'm going to put a little bit of grapeseed oil on my face and leave that to soak whilst I brush my teeth. I use Vitis vinifera because I just like grapes, and I like how it sounds, Vitis vinifera. I used to use coconut oil, but I ran out of the coconut oil because I needed it for cooking. But I found that with grapeseed oil, it never has to be taken to the kitchen. So that's that. And so I just put that on my face, making sure I get some onto my eyelashes to pick up any excess mascara, because it's not enough to just use the thing. Right, so just gentle there, over here. Right, so that's going to go in there, and it's going to be attracting the oils that I don't want on my face, and it will be getting rid of them. So the next thing is my teeth. So with my teeth, two key things. I start off by using a water flosser, which gets into the gaps between my teeth. So even though I have a nice smile, I do have some issues in the backs of my teeth with some awkward gaps that are difficult to get to with a brush. So I use a water floss, and I use floss, and I also use interdental brushes. And I tend to toggle. So one day I'll use the water floss and brush my teeth. The next day I'll use the dental floss and brush my teeth, and the next day I'll use the interdental brushes. Although actually the interdental brushes, I also use them every day, because after I've done, I do the flossing section, brush my teeth, and then I will use the interdental brush to put this Curacet, which is a gel that you put around your teeth if you're somebody who's prone to gingivitis. And I'm kind of prone to gingivitis. I've just been like that since my first pregnancy. Okay, so I'm not going to show you the bit where I use this because it's messy and it's disgusting and it's unsexy, because water is just dribbling out of your mouth because you have all of this water being sprayed at you. But ever since I started using this, I don't feel like my mouth is clean unless I use this almost, every couple of days or so. So I'm going to do this one first. Okay, that's step one of teeth done. So the next thing is I use my Colgate Total Whole Mouth, which was recommended by a dentist who did a course on Coursera on oral hygiene, which I took. Amazing stuff. Possibly made me a bit paranoid about my oral hygiene, but I learned a lot. But this is supposed to be really good stuff, so I always make sure I buy this stuff. And I use a soft bristle brush because I have sensitive gums and I've had issues with that in the past, and so I need something that's really nice and soft. So that's going to be the next stage. I'm going to brush for exactly 2 minutes, because you'd be surprised at how bad humans are at estimating time. We always underestimate how much time we have. So I have a timer that lives here, always set to 2 minutes, and I start this and I use that for brushing my teeth. Okay. So that's my pearly whites done. And then the final step is I'm just gonna take this Cura set and I put a little bit of it on my interdental brush here. And then I just go around putting it in between my teeth, in between those places that are the most difficult to get to when I'm brushing my teeth. And that makes sure that the nasty bacteria doesn't have an opportunity to party in my mouth and poop all around my mouth and cause tooth decay and plaque. All of this stuff I learned during this Coursera course, which was amazing, by the way. You learned so much from it. So yeah, I'm not going to show you doing that because, again, it's not very cute and not very pretty. Okay, so that's 2 out of 3 done. So I've done my hair, I've done my teeth now, and then I'm going to finish off on my face by removing the grapeseed oil using a cotton bud. Again, so I'm just going to be wiping it off. And then another thing that I do is I do what's called a Tanaka face massage. I've been doing this for 6 months now, and it's amazing, and I love it because it's a very meditative ritual that I've added into my sort of like getting ready to go to bed at night. And I'll show you very briefly just after I've removed the oil from my face. So cotton knee pad again, so just going to do that. As you can see, it does get a little bit of those leftovers from there. Okay, so it's a little bit left. Alright, the next stage of my face, I actually do that in the shower. That's where I will wash my face using the La Roche-Posay H Effaclar cleanser. It's a very gentle cleanser, which is great for people with oily skin. And if you can't tell from my lovely acne here, I have oily skin, or combination skin, but definitely quite a lot of oiliness going on. And ever since I found that, it's been really good despite the hormonal acne issues that I'm having. So I'm going to head out to the shower now, and I'm just going to have, it's probably about 6 or 7 minutes that I spend in the shower, and whilst I'm in there, that's when I will wash my face. And I have a shower every night, if possible. It's very rare that I'm not able to have a shower. For me, having the shower is the process of washing the day off and getting myself ready for another day. And it's also a process of getting myself warm enough to begin the sleep cycle. Once a week I will have a bath. I just need to immerse myself in hot water occasionally, and so I can't do it on a weekend though, because the kids have the baths on a weekend, but at some point I tend to have a bath then. So I'm gonna go wash my face, and after I wash my face I'll show you the serums that I put on to maintain this youthful Hollywood star skin that I have when I Photoshop out my acne. This is the cleanser that I use, La Roche-Posay Effaclar H Cream Cleanser. It's really good stuff. It comes in a pump bottle, and I'll probably use just that much. And what I do is I spread it over my face, and I let it sit on for about a minute or so, doing some swirly motions, and then I will rinse it off. Alright, so that's my face all washed now, and the first thing that I'm going to put on is some glycolic acid. It's my glycolic acid day. I normally use tretinoin, but once every week I'll use glycolic acid. and it's The Ordinary. And it's because this stuff is banging. It's really good for my combination type skin. Okay, I don't use a pad with it because it's very wasteful. You actually leave about 80% of your toning solution on your pad, so I just use my hands, and my hands are clean because they've just come out of the shower. So just kind of like spread it out, and just gently dab it onto my face and my neck and my décollage. Okay, leave it to soak for a bit. Whilst it's soaking, I'll take my omega-3 supplement, omega-3, 6, and 9 supplement. So I have one in the morning and one at night. So the one that I have at night lives downstairs. Okay, right. Okay, now that is done and ready to go, the next thing that I am going to put on is simply, so I use 100% plant-derived squalane on the days that I'm just using the glycolic acid, because I don't like to use the glycolic acid with any other active ingredient. And so just a drop, and I get it onto my face and my neck and my décollage. Okay, and at this point, that's when I will do my Tanaka face massage. So, Tanaka face massage is based on the Japanese skincare ideology about lymphatic massage, and that's the idea that the health of your skin comes from your ability to drain the toxins within your system, and lymphatic massage drains the toxins within your system. So it's supposed to also be quite healthy. So you've got some lymph nodes here, 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 and here. And the idea is you use those points to drain. So I do this every morning and every night. It doesn't look very pretty, but it goes something like this. It's all very gentle. You don't like press too hard on it. But I found that my eyes are less puffy in the morning when I do this. But you're just basically trying to hit those lymph points. And you're moving that out. And then so this is a major lymph node center here, and you just sort of pinch it. And that's supposed to help squeeze out any toxins. So we're not done yet. So this is kind of like what happens over here. Right? So we've done forehead and then down, right? And then around the eyes, goes like. And that does it. So that's the Tanaka facial massage that I do. It's very nice and meditative, and I feel like it does improve the skin tone, and it also encourages you to get to know the texture of your skin using your hands. And you can also do this piano touch thing, which is supposed to be good. But I learned all of this stuff in this book that I bought and read by Chizu Sayeki called The Japanese Skincare Revolution. And it's a beautifully written book. To me, it's the equivalent of Knitting Without Tears by Elizabeth Zimmerman for the knitting world. And this one is for skincare. Right. Now that I've done this, I shall get ready to go to bed now. I have my hot water bottle and I will set aside my lunch pad for tomorrow. And the last thing is to put on some lip balm, and this is a lip balm made by my sister's artisanal company. It's called Melba's Finest, and it's a handmade lip balm using 100% natural organic ingredients. It is delicious. So I no longer have cracked lips or chapped lips ever since I started using that. And that's me, ready to set up for tomorrow. One of the last things that I will do before I go to bed is I will fill out my 5-minute journal. And I'll just spend 5 minutes in a gratitude practice. And I love this. I've been using this for years now, and I use it every night. And I have my Kindle that I am going to be reading before I fall asleep. And that's how I get ready to go to bed. And this is the part where I do my skincare and my hair care and my oral hygiene care. But before that, I have to do things like putting the kitchen to rest and setting up my launch pad and thinking about what is going to get done tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's a little bit of a different video, but I think this is a true behind the scenes, what goes on after dark. So nice to meet you. Thank you.